Welcome back to the WJBF Sports Augusta Sports Council All CSRA Award Show. Time now to reveal our All CSRA offensive team.
Brooks Pangle, quarterback, Greenbrier High School.
It's the air raid offense, and Brooks Pangle is airing it out.
Like last year, I started to play varsity first, and the game was all so fast, and I really didn't know what I was doing. And this year, I finally got some experience and got settled in to where I could see the field really well.
Pangle threw for nearly 3,000 yards, averaging 260 per game, connecting for 31 touchdowns. All those were tops in Class 5A, and he shattered every Greenbrier passing record.
Brooks proved to be someone that could distribute the ball, and he could put it to where it needed to get to, and we just let our players play.
Lighting up the scoreboard, he was named First Team All-State in 5A and the Region 8 Offensive Player of the Year. His top target, Braden Collette, was third in the state in receiving yards.
He's a great guy. He's a leader, and he's going to do big things in the future. I mean, probably one of my best friends on the field. I can always count on him to make the play and give the ball to me where I need it.
Pangle even completes passes when his teammates are airing out his dirty laundry during interviews.
We'd be in the locker room before practice, and he'd be on the phone with his girlfriend. Or before a game, he'd be out in a car, just kind of. He's a big simp. I always got on to him about it.
And you can bet he plans on airing it out even more next season.
There are a lot of unknowns going into the season, but I think, and unknowns about us, and I think we answered a lot of questions about the direction we're heading as a program.
Joe Friendstar Graham, running back, Evans High School.
Evans High School's motto is, "There's a star in every night." But this year, none shone brighter than Joe Friendstar Graham.
Great kid. Great kid. You know, just a kid that, without question, does his work, you know, tries to maintain the GPA, all the little things that are important in getting to that 1%.
More than 1,200 total yards and 21 touchdowns, 1,139 of those coming on the ground with 18 scores, leading Evans to a 5th straight trip to the state playoffs. Joe Friendstar Graham.
I describe myself as like an Alvin Kamara type of running back. You know, can go out and catch the ball too and run and be explosive still.
I think the biggest thing behind Joe is his work ethic off the field. He put a lot of time in from his freshman year to his senior year, just trying to get better at all the little things that make you a good football player.
When I seen how he moved on the field, how he was hungry, I was hungry, we both had that dog mentality. I knew that was my brother for life then.
I want them to think that I'm finna score because that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do at the end of the day.
This fall, Joe Friendstar will become an Army Black Knight, but he will always be an Evans Knight.
I think that I can do anything, so I want to be a running back in heart.
How do you want to be remembered 10, 15 years from now when they talk about Joe Friendstar Graham at Evans High School?
That I was the most elusive back that they ever seen.
Malik Walker, running back, Washington County High School.
Malik Walker has speed, talent, and big playability that you might say is out of this world.
Literally can take on 2 steps, he can be at full speed.
When I do take that first step and nobody touch me, it's over.
He's got plenty of stats, but the most impressive?
And he's like 2 years into football, and he is still brand new at this, so everything's brand new with him. But in terms of a single season, he's had arguably as solid of a one-man single season as anybody we've ever had.
And Walker with a nice move at the 45 creates more running room, and he is still on his feet. Malik Walker, sideline, touchdown. Wow.
As the Golden Hawks superback, he rushed for 2,272 yards, averaging 14 yards per carry, 33 touchdowns, 4 more touchdowns on kick returns, punt returns, and receiving. In all, 3,483 all-purpose yards.
He forced us to be better coaches because of the offensive style we run. As the season went on, I mean, we would see defenses we've never even thought about planning for, people trying to take him away. So it forced us to be creative to find different ways to get him the football and still do the same things. And he just had just a meteoric season.
Walker will have the first down, and Walker will have the touchdown. He has been different.
He says his speed comes from racing his brothers as a kid. And as he got older, well, racing anyone, including a former All CSRA Player of the Year.
Got to high school, and one of our fastest running backs that we ever had, named Daquan, and I had raced him and I had beat him. And I was like, yeah, I might be the one of the fastest.
After just 2 years in football, now he'll take his speed down to Savannah State.
Just ecstatic for how how football has really come through for him. You know, you tell me if you love the process, sooner or later the process will love you back. And this is one of those examples of the process loving him back.
When he grows up, he wants to be a fireman. And when his team gets the call, you can bet it won't take him long to get there.
Jontavius Curry, running back, Academy of Richmond County.
It was just exciting. We didn't really know what we had, to be honest. And, you know, he had a few runs in practice, and, you know, he was kind of finding his way, figuring out how the plays worked and that kind of thing. And the Vidalia game, he just really showed that he could be electric.
Jontavius Curry is only a sophomore, but his injuries threatened to derail ARC's best season in more than 40 years. Curry stepped in to deliver game-breaking plays.
Really feel great to me because this is a great opportunity, and I want to thank the coach for giving me this opportunity because I skipped that opportunity last year, so I'm glad they gave me an opportunity to come back and let me show my true potential this year.
Once he figured things out, Curry was explosive. On less than 100 carries, he ran for 986 yards.
Jontavius Curry,
averaging more than 10 yards per carry, racking up 11 total touchdowns.
When I touch the ball and just get an open field, I get a good joy.
So he just started figuring out, and then it was wild how much he could do once he figured out the way it worked.
The Musketeers won their first region title since 1976 and beat Thompson for the first time since 1998.
I say he's special. I mean, you know, everybody can talk about how fast somebody runs and this, that, and the other, but you know, when you see it, it's different. And he's definitely one of those guys.
And with ARC returning to their winning ways, Curry is ready to keep it that way the next 2 years.
I'm going to have to step up and be a voice for all the youth that's coming here.
Jacob Walker, wide receiver, Augusta Christian.
The name Walker means one thing in Georgia football.
Bob, he's running over people. Oh, you heard the Walker.
And while he's no relation, Jacob Walker is now living up to that last name.
Ever since freshman year, you know, I've been trying to make a big name for myself. It just means a lot, not to us, but to school. It's a really big honor.
Almost 1,900 all-purpose yards and 23 total touchdowns, including 43 catches for 771 yards and 9 scores, leading the Lions to a 9-3 record and 2 rounds deep in the state playoffs.
As a running back, in today's game, you know, it's all about doing everything. Being able to run the ball, catch out the backfield, run routes.
We talk about a couple different characteristics in our players, things we want. One of them is adaptability, and that's Jacob. We just knew we had to get the ball in his hands some way, somehow.
On the field, you ain't catching him. Point blank period, you're not going to catch him. You know, I beat him in a race one time. He'll deny it. Yeah, I see it. He'll deny it. Words can't describe Jacob Walker. You know, on and off the field, he's a great guy, great Christian guy. You know, he's one of those guys, if you're going through something, you know, he's the guy you want to go to.
Walker leaves Augusta Christian as one of the best to ever wear the Lion uniform.
I want AC just to remember me as a legend, in honesty. Someone who did it off the field just as much as they did on the field. A leader, very passionate about the game.
Braden Collette, wide receiver, Greenbrier High School.
stop that Greenbrier air raid offense? Good luck.
That wasn't my worry because I know no one can lock me down. So I was just kind of going in there with the confidence that I'm the guy on the field and they're trying to stop me, but they're not.
Braden Collette has the typical swagger you expect from a top wideout. The numbers back it up. Third in the state this season with 21 touchdown catches, tied for the 6th most all-time in Georgia. He led Class 5A in yards, catches, and touchdowns.
You know, he made plays that, our quarterback just had to put it in his general area, and he would go up and get it.
That relationship with quarterback Brooks Pengel paved the way for nearly 1,300 yards through the air.
You got to have a good chemistry with your quarterback or stuff's not going to work.
He sets the standard for our receivers. You know, they all look to him. No matter what he's doing, they're going to follow in his direction.
And if the ball didn't come his direction, you can bet 6 went back to the huddle to tell 7 he was open.
I have, yes, before. I have against Appalachia. Maybe he missed me twice and kind of gave me an earful about it. He just shook me off and just said, shut up. So.
Due to the chaos that was 2020, some college coaches may have missed out as well.
You know, I definitely think he was overlooked as a receiver.
Instead, he's going to play baseball at Georgia Southern, but you have to believe he may get a call from the football staff.
Brabham, offensive line, Allendale Fairfax High School.
Teron Brabham is a man of his word, built by the city of Allendale with strong character. I promise you, Teron Brabham is a nice guy, but when he steps in between the lines, he takes on a different persona.
You know, I'm nice off the field, right? I get on the field doing you across from me. I got to do you however I got to do you, and you gonna let me do you however I want to do you, you know?
And it's not his fault. Being physical is all he knows.
I've been a lineman since I've been little. You know, I've always been big, so coaches would never put me anywhere else. And I can't really catch too well, so yeah, I've been a lineman since I can remember.
In 7 games his senior season, the Tigers managed to score 25 touchdowns, and Teron was a huge reason why.
Our offense, in my opinion, was one of the most dangerous offenses down here.
I think the main thing he stepped up is he was able to provide us with some one-on-one blocks. He could do things solo and free up some of the other guys, and it ultimately came down to determination.
Like I said, he's a nice guy. When he's not wreaking havoc on defenses, he's enjoying creating stories and imagery with his words by writing poems.
And a lot of people are like, oh, Teron, your poems are so good, you know, but, you know, everything comes from the heart.
How good is he?
Nothing brings a black boy more joy than knowing something is his. Black boys have a lease on life. Living is like learning to drive. You have to drive for those around you. I'm possessive because I'm scared to lose what's mine, because black boy joy is available for a limited amount of time.
Well, I think that deserves a few snaps, right?
Joseph DeLauder, offensive line, North Augusta High School.
I was always a lot bigger, especially in rec. They always made like biggest kids go play running back. That was me.
North Augusta's Joe DeLauder may have started his football career as a running back, but eventually the 6'1", 245-pounder would be in charge of paving the way for running backs and protecting the quarterback as an all-state left tackle. And he's fine knowing that sometimes the blockers get overlooked.
Well, it always felt great when you see the running back cut right behind your butt. You know, you pretty much made the play. Every lineman knew you made the play, so you took a lot of pride in that. But everybody in the crowd, so they just complimented the running back.
He wants to go to Clemson to be an engineer, but the chance to play college football was there too, as scouts came calling to head coach Jim Bob Bryant.
He's a great high school football player, and he's an even better kid. You know, he was the brains of the bunch on the offensive line. Him and Grant. You know, our center, they played there. Joe's been starting there for 3 years. He was All-State the last 2 years. You know, did a great job of leading a young group of offensive linemen.
North Augusta football is in his blood, as he and his older brother Ben are well aware, thanks to their dad, who isn't afraid to remind them about his Yellow Jacket legacy.
He won his junior year in 1989. They went to state, and me and Ben could never pull it off, but it's fine because I know I'm better than both of them.
And now he's got an All CSRA ring to prove it.
Matthew Cardullo, offensive line, Lakeside High School.
A fence surrounds Panther Stadium. and a wall stands in the middle of it. 6'3", 275-pound lineman Matthew Cardula.
Hands down, in the years I've been at Lakeside, or even coaching, probably one of the top players I've ever been involved with.
A 4-year starter, Matthew played on both sides of the line this season, grading out at 90% on the offensive side. He paved the way for a young Panthers team to rush for nearly 1,300 yards this season.
Working as hard as I have the last 4 years, you know, it's good to see that all the hard work I've done has actually gotten into something and being exposed for how good I've been working.
He's like one of these kids, when the lights come on Friday nights, he just turns into a different guy. If you saw him walking down the hallway, he almost doesn't even want to look at you. But on the field on Friday nights, it's just, they can't block him.
Even more impressively, he leaves Lakeside with a 3.9 GPA and some large shoes to fill, literally.
We knew every single Friday night that we could depend on number 72.
Hard-working, adamant, just someone who every play does what needs to be done.
We knew he was always going to give everything on Friday nights, no matter what.
Dejuan Kendrick, offensive line, Thompson High School.
The Thompson Bulldogs were one of the most efficient teams on offense this year in Class 3A, finishing 9-3, totaling almost 5,000 all-purpose yards with 50 touchdowns. And most of their success happened because of Dejuan Kendrick.
We call him Big John. His name is Dejuan. The biggest thing about him is he's always focused on the task at hand. He's been a really big part, literally, of everything that we've been able to accomplish on offense.
Standing at 6'4", 285 pounds at right tackle, Dejuan graded out at 88% this year.
I like, on the line, I like pancaking people and doing what I need to do. And blocking for my quarterback.
Him grading out 88% is not a big surprise for me, because I know the talent level that he has and his abilities.
Giving his quarterback extra time in the pocket was something he specialized in, because Tate Martin's success translated to more than 2,000 all-purpose yards and 18 touchdowns.
When I see Tate working hard, it makes me want to work harder, basically. So that's like kind of out of it. So.
Because once he starts pancaking people, he gets up and he gets this little trot going, and then you can kind of look at him and he'll be shaking his head, and it's time to go then.
James Schlegel, all-purpose, Aquinas High School.
This is the best football community in the CSRA, no questions asked. They love football here so much. I mean, you got people who haven't been to school here or sent kids here for 50 years still coming to every single home game religiously, keeping up with it. I mean, being able to play for these fans in this environment, it's like nowhere else in this area, unquestionably.
James Schlegel arrived at Aquinas halfway through his sophomore year, and he spent the last 2 seasons as the Irish' do-it-all, dual-threat quarterback.
One of the most dedicated players I've ever had. Never missed a workout, 3-sport athlete.
That athleticism shined under the Friday night lights, with more than 500 yards passing and more than 1,400 yards rushing, with 17 total touchdowns.
I mean, I love running the ball, I love throwing the ball, I like having the ball in my hands.
At the end of the day, it's not easy playing quarterback for me. I'm in your grill a lot, and he handled it really well, and just can't say enough about what he did for us in the 2 years he was here.
His physical style reminds his coach of another dual-threat quarterback.
He's like a high school Tim Tebow, I guess. He'd run you over. The offensive line did a great job for him. We had good running backs, good receivers, but there was a lot of times when there was zero hole, and he made it happen. He'd just run you over.
He's headed to play baseball at East Tennessee State University, but Aquinas will always hold a special place in his heart.
I mean, I just want to let it be known that if you're a dude looking for a place to play and to really be a part of a winning environment, Aquinas is the place to be, no questions asked.
Aquavius Hunter, kick returner, Jefferson County High School.
If you look up the word electric in the dictionary, you will see a picture of Aquavius Hunter next to the word, because he makes shocking play week after week at Warrior Field.
I felt like I could take over. That's how I felt.
At quarterback this year, Hunter led his team to the 2A state semifinals and had over 800 rushing yards and a total of 18 touchdowns. That's including offense, defense, and special teams.
It first started off at practice. Everybody came out there with the work ethic. Everybody wanted it really bad, so we put in that time and effort and just went out there and succeeded.
Well, I think the biggest thing about Aquavius, who we nicknamed Tater Bread, that's what everybody knows him as, is Tater Bread, and there's a long story behind that. But Tater Bread, I think the best way to describe him is dynamic. Got up here, and every time he's on the field, he's always got that chance to score, to go the distance at any time.
Hold on 1 second there, Coach. With a nickname like that, we need some type of background on the legend of Tater Bread.
Well, for years, you know, we knew when we got him, I didn't even know his name. I just knew that it was, you know, there's Tater Bread. Now, okay, now this is going to last a long time because I need to figure out, you know, why they call him Tater Bread. And the story that I get told is, as a young kid, he liked to eat tater bread, and it just stuck with him. And he's been Tater Bread since he was a little kid. It has stuck with him through high school. But I will say this, I don't think I've ever seen him eat tater bread, so I don't know why that sticks with him or not.
He's probably sick of eating it. Just keep calling him that.
Tater Bread's speed is what clearly sets him apart. The way he shifts gears and can stop on a dime.
I took it so serious, and it just, my feet do stuff that my mind can't go to.
You know, my favorite story about Aquavius is, you know, he told me one time, he said, Coach, you know, my feet do things my brain don't tell them to. And, you know, I try to sit there and figure that out for a minute, then I just figured out that he just does it.
His motto is tough times don't last, but tough people do, which is why he'll be playing at South Carolina State next fall.
You know, he's given nothing. Everything he's ever gotten, he's worked his tail off for.
Man, I'm proud. Cause like, I came from a struggle. Nobody really pushed me, so somebody had to do it, so.
Now, we couldn't get Aquavius any Tater Bread, but we got him something just as sweet.
It's perfect. It's my first ring.
Sean Metcalfe, kicker, Westside High School.
From 41 yards, this field goal somehow looked pretty easy for Sean Metcalfe. And by the way, this was his first field goal attempt in his high school career. For him, it's basically pretty natural. See, Sean's dad is from Great Britain, so he obviously grew up playing the English version of football. But as a sophomore, he dropped the soccer ball and picked up the pigskin.
I was very happy with the kick too, which was nice.
Luckily for Sean, Westside was in need for a special team specialist, and he made his first start 4 games into the season.
The head coach ran me through everything, and once he said I could play, I was all in. I wanted to just get out there, play as many sports, do as much as I can.
He went 5 for 5 on field goal attempts with 11 of 12 made extra points, and his kickoffs averaged within the 5-yard line 90% of the time.
You got to stay clear-headed. If you get too high, then you just don't think about the kicking motion.
As a rising junior, Sean has barely tapped in to his potential.
What an outstanding collection of offensive players. Congratulations to all of them. When we come back, we'll hand out some very special awards, including our Play of the Year, the Players of the Year, and the Coach of the Year.